So, there's a man by the name of Jussie Smollett. Not Jesse, Jussie. And he is on the TV show Empire, which I have not watched. Not because of any visual factors, but because I have absolutely no interest in watching a fucking TV drama show about the goddamn record industry. Like, I could care less about it. So, whatever. Jussie Smollett is an actor, singer, you know? And he claims that he was out one night in Chicago, and a couple of gentlemen attacked him, beat him, poured bleach on him, which now has become a chemical. So I guess it wasn't bleach anymore, or I don't know. They were saying it was bleach. Now everybody's saying it's a chemical. So you take from that what you want. Whatever. Somebody poured something on him. Perhaps it was a tiny little girl feminist. I don't know. Whatever. So somebody poured some shit on him, tied a rope around his neck. It was a noose, then it wasn't a noose, and it all depends on who you're listening to. Somebody tied some sort of rope in some sort of knotted device around his neck, and, shouted, "This is MAGA country." Now, what would lead somebody to do such a thing? Well, the argument is that Jussie Smollett is black and gay, and so hence the hate crime of beating him up and saying this is MAGA country. Now, right off the rip, I said immediately, this didn't happen. Again, not for any external reasons whatsoever, but for one environmental reason that would lead me to believe that this is just not possible. Right? It was 20 below in Chicago on that fateful night. 20 below! Who the fuck says tonight's the night, man? 20 below, here's where we go out and beat people up. But then, of course, that is a fair argument. Obviously, that's the most perfect night to do it, because that's the night they can say, why would we be out when it's 20 below? Beat people up. Alright, fine. Fuck that reason. Alright? It's 20 degrees below. That either is or isn't the perfect time to do it, depending on where you're looking at it. What else do we have? How about the fact that Chicago is extremely blue? And that if two men beat up somebody who was black and gay, because they were black and gay, and decided to shout, "This is MAGA country," they would be the only two people in that entire city that actually believe that shit. Because that is not fucking MAGA country. That is not even fucking close. Maybe if they're speaking in the broader text of we're in Chicago and Chicago's in the United States and this is MAGA country, okay. But if this really happened and you two guys were watching me, you don't live in MAGA country, motherfucker. Like, you know that, right? Whatever. Now, how do we punch holes in this? Well, they're the only two racist white guys in Chicago, apparently. Okay. Fair enough. There's a secret, hidden underground railroad system of Trump supporters flowing through Chicago. Probably in the sewer system, because They're all the dregs of humanity. Garbage people. I wish I could tell you guys where you could buy a I Am a Garbage Person shirt. Looks pretty cool, but not allowed to talk about it here on YouTube. So, anyways. So okay, fine. We have to believe that even in Chicago we can find some Trump supporters who are dumb enough to go out and beat up just any old random black guy, and just through bad luck or poor planning or whatever, it happens to be 20 below that night, and they happen to just hit a guy who's on a TV show. Now, the question must be asked, why is it that Jussie Smollett's out? Jussie Smollett's out. Why is he out? At early in the morning, way early in the morning, I think it was like 2 o'clock or something like that. Somewhere around in the early evening, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Early morning, late evening. Why was he out? Well, apparently, the man has quite a craving for Subway sandwiches. So he went out at an AM time, very low digit, to get himself a Subway sub. On his way home, he's beaten up by a couple of guys that don't like him because he's black and gay. Now, 20 below, that's pretty fucking cold, right? But I don't know, man. I guess Subway sandwiches are really good. So it's that bread, man. So I guess I could totally believe that a Subway craving would be the thing that would roust Jussie Smollett. It certainly wouldn't fucking do this to me. But it would be just the thing to roust Jussie Smollett from his abode at an early AM time to go and walk in 20 degree below zero weather to get himself a sandwich. Fair enough. I can't possibly see anything else that he may have been doing out at that time. I totally buy the Subway sandwich line. What else happened? The rope. Apparently it's a clothesline. And it either was or wasn't. It's a Schrodinger's cat situation as to whether or not it was a noose. It both is and isn't at the same time. But the rope, what happened with the rope? Well, from camera footage, which I haven't told you about on purpose because we haven't gotten there, but I kind of have to talk about this. From camera footage, he goes into an alley, a minute or two later, comes out of an alley, wearing a rope. He goes to his apartment, wearing a rope. This is verified by the doorman who said he walked in wearing a rope. Got in the elevator, I imagine. Why would you want to take the stairs if you'd just been beat up? Got in the elevator, went up to his place, called police, and when they came to get the report, still wearing a rope. That's very odd, right? Like, that kind of behavior would tell me that he wanted to make sure that everybody that he walked past saw that he was wearing a rope. It's one of those alibi type of things, right? You go here looking like me in a hat with glasses on, right? We have the very same beard face. You go here and pretend you're me. Make sure that people see that you're me. And make sure you tell them my name really loud. My name is Andrew, and I'm here right now at this exact time in this exact place. You do all that, and then I'll go do something horrible and evil, right? And then I'll get away with it because you are my alibi. Because I was where you are, right? It's one of those types of things. Well, everybody has to see me wearing the rope. So that everybody sees me wearing the rope. So that I have witnesses of me wearing the rope. Witnesses. Do we have any? There was a possibility of 2. Cameras also caught 2 other people who were unfortunately out on a 20 below night. I believe they were reported, from what I know, to have been homeless people, which would explain why they were out very early in the morning, walking in 20 below weather. But they didn't see shit. Damn. Do we have any other witnesses? Oh, there's cameras fucking everywhere in Chicago. CCTV everywhere. Major cities, like, they have this now. Everywhere is filmed. Well, fucking shit. That's quite a witness. What did he see? Well, he saw Jussie Smollett in the subway. Again, another Schrodinger's cat situation, as far as I am concerned. Jussie Smollett was eating in the subway. There are also reports that he took his sandwich home. Right? So maybe he had half the sandwich there, took the other half home. I don't know. Maybe he had a whole sandwich there, bought another whole sandwich for later. I don't know. Nevertheless, he's in Subway. He leaves Subway, walking home. He goes into an alleyway, comes back out of the alleyway, rope around his neck, and walks the rest of the way home. They've scoured hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of footage. Many different cameras. That's how you get hours and hours and hours and hours. Lots and lots of hours of footage. And they found Jussie Smollett going from subway to alley to home with rope. And 2 homeless people. I don't know. Maybe the guys that beat him up live in the building that is the alley, one of the buildings that makes up the alley. And, the camera didn't catch them because clearly the camera doesn't look down the alley, because if the camera looked down the alley, this would already be done and over with. It isn't. Camera doesn't look down the alley. There's a blind spot. Perhaps they know, through living in the building for a very long time, there's a blind spot there. Right? And they live in that building. So they go out, and they see this black dude walking through the alley, beat his ass, MAGA country, run back into their place. Now, you'd think that that would be an important thing for Jussie Smollett to mention. They beat me up and ran in there. Right? I haven't heard that. So apparently they beat him up and ran into the ether. Maybe it was ghosts. Maybe it wasn't actually white supremacists. In this case, maybe it was very pointy-headed ghosts. I don't know. But apparently, I'm not entirely sure. I'm very fuzzy as to whether or not he went to the doctor. He claims to have all manner of injuries. I don't know if there's a doctor's, or if he's claiming to have all of these injuries. I have no clue. That I'm fuzzy on. But I would imagine that he probably saw a doctor, because people would probably be talking about how he didn't even see a doctor and yet he's claiming all of these injuries. So I imagine he has these injuries. Right? I haven't seen pictures of the injuries. Can't quite tell how exactly they were made, what they were made by, or who made them. But I imagine some sort of forensic something probably looking at that. They do it on TV. I don't fucking know. That could be TV bullshit. I have no clue. Try to think if there's any other major details I'm missing. Oh, shit. He was also, as he has claimed, to have been talking on the phone to another person. I believe his manager. And so he's talking to his manager while the attack is happening. This is the claim. I was talking to my manager on the phone while the attack was happening. Right? When he's walking out of the alley, remember we have camera of that. Walking out of the alley, he's not on the phone. Now I would think that if I got my ass beat while I was on the phone with somebody, I'm probably going to continue to talk to that person as I continue to walk home, because that would be an event that I would want to, mull over with another person. It's a great time to have somebody else there, bounce ideas off of. Like, what in the fuck? What do we do? How do we get these fuckers? Right? But apparently he walks out, not on his phone. So, we cannot confirm, video proof, that he was on his phone at all. I don't know. Maybe he was on his phone when he walked in. I have no clue. That I have not heard reported. But I have heard that he was not on the phone when he walked out. So that's odd. That's just odd. That's just one of those human nature odd things. It's kind of human nature that if you're on the phone with somebody when you get your ass beat, probably still going to keep talking to him the rest of the way home. I would, whatever. He's not me. I get it. I get it. Police asked to see his phone. He refused. The police asked for me to unlock and hand over my phone. I want to see a warrant. So they said, alright, fine. You get that? Give us phone records. And they were refused. Now that's weird. You can't take a picture of it. Like, you can screen cap with your phone. You push the two buttons together at the same time. And it goes blink, and it takes a picture of the phone. What's on the screen at that moment. You can't, screen cap a thing on your phone that says I was on the phone from this time to this time. What the fuck? So that happened for a while. And then that became a thing where people were like, what, really? So he decided to hand over his phone records. However, apparently a great deal of it has been redacted. That's fucking weird. Isn't that kind of fucking weird? I think that's kind of fucking weird. Now, okay, whatever. They don't want the police to see the phone numbers of other famous people. But they're the police. They have your number. Like, whatever. So, I don't know. Heavily redacted phone records were turned over. That's weird. Why would you want to cover that up if you're trying to prove that a couple of racist assholes beat you up and poured a chemical on you and tied a rope around your neck? What's with the runaround? But hey, I don't know. He's a gay black actor. Apparently we are supposed to believe that we are all totally fucking different from each other in every possible way. If we don't share the same race or gender or sexual fucking desires. Right? So to a gay black man, this could all be 100% normal behavior. They'd be sitting there going, I totally get it. It's a cultural thing. You wouldn't understand it. And hey, fair enough. You know, I'm a progressive person too. But it's very odd behavior. Now, apparently none of these things cracks the case, right? We have no witnesses. We have no evidence. We have no nothing. All we have is him making a claim. So what the fuck? Well, you see, here's the thing. Because of the fact that he's black and gay and an actor and on a popular show and a singer and has lots of fans and famous and blah 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 blah. Because of all of this, the police in Chicago have to take this extraordinarily seriously. This is because of, by nature of who it is, this is a high profile case. This is going to be reported on at length. So they are going to be very thorough. And they are going to beat as much of this dead horse as they possibly can until there is no possible way that they can... Because they're not going to come back and go, it was inconclusive. No. That isn't going to happen. The Chicago PD is not going to come back and say, we did an investigation into this, and it was inconclusive. They're not going to say that. They're going to come out and say, we have apprehended these two people that we believe are in connection to this, and they're going to go up on trial for this. Or they're going to come out and say, Jussie Smollett has been charged with making a false police report. It's gonna be one or the other. They are not going inconclusive. It's gonna be one or the other. They're either gonna fucking hit the one guy, or they're actually gonna find out that this is fucking true. But again, I'm telling you, I don't fucking buy it. And I heard something the other day, which is the reason why I'm making this video today, that I think fucking guarantees that this is horse shit. Now, I haven't seen the footage. I am not in the Chicago PD. I have not seen the footage. I don't know if this is true or not. But if this is true, and this is what I've heard reported, if this is true, it's bullshit. You ready? Strap in, because this is what breaks the case. From what I understand, he walked home with a sandwich from Subway. He walked into the alley with a sandwich from Subway. He walked out of the alley with a rope around his neck and a sandwich from Subway. There is no fucking way in hell that some racist prick beat this dude up in an alleyway in 20 below weather, right? And A, didn't take that sandwich. B, didn't squish the shit out of that sandwich. C, didn't kick that sandwich into a fucking puddle or a snowdrift or who fucking know, or just into the fucking air or some... Dude, there's no fucking way that guy walked home with a sandwich after getting his ass beat. I'm sorry. All the rest of this shit, you can fuck around as much as you want. And tell me, oh, this is why it's horseshit because of this. No. It's because he walked home with a sandwich. If there's video proof of him walking home with a fucking sandwich and a rope around his neck, it's bullshit. You put that fucking rope around his own neck. If he has injuries, they are self-inflicted as fuck. It's ridiculous. It's harmful. It isn't good for anybody. He's not going to come out on top on this because everybody's going to shit on him for being an asshole, except for the people who already fucking loved him and don't care. So he's not going anywhere good. And all of the people who don't care are going to continue to act like this is proof that everybody in this country is fucking racist. And all the Trump supporters are fucking racist. And even when this comes out and it's proven to be a hoax, they're still going to say, but Jussie Smollett. And I'm going to have to look at some idiot and go, did you miss when they said that was a hoax? He got fucking charged with... Like, I'm seeing future annoyance. And it annoys me in the present. Because there's no fucking way that man walked home with a sandwich.